Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. We got a quick one for you. Want to talk a little bit about this play again one more time, because we got some comments from Caitlin Clark post game and reaction from Aliyah Boston. And I wanted to point out, I kind of mentioned it, I think, in the post game, but didn't really dwell on it. But I think it's really important to point out as well. And that is, if you watch the very beginning, what is let go, and this is what led to everything else. So this is 100% on the officials for not having control of this game. You may have heard that before in great games that get out of control, games that get chippy in any sport. It's because the referees are not doing their job in making sure the game stays under control. So you can watch uh, Angel Reese behind Natasha Howard here and gives her a nice shove, and that is how she gets the rebound. And if you see right there, when I pause that, you've got Caitlin Clark's right arm out. She's pointed to that. Now, to be fair, if I'm going to be fair with the criticism, Caitlin Clark, like, I get it. That's a natural reaction. I had this conversation with someone, and a lot of players do this. They do it in basketball. Luka is maybe the worst defender in the NBA because it costs his team at times because he stays down the other end complaining. It happens all the time in soccer, especially when they're trying to get an offside call and defenders will put their hand up to signal it's offside, referees, instead of continuing to play. So you don't want that. But then the reason she did it is because of that, and then she commits the hard foul on Angel, which again, that is a normal foul to keep her from scoring. Angel flop, and then of course we get all the absolute nonsense. Caitlin Clark walks away, stays out of it. I did another video about this, about Angel Reese, that I think is pretty interesting. You ought to check out. And then we got her comments post game. She's of course asked about this, but first, the first thing you're going to get, and if you could see her expression there from Aliyah Boston. She did not, and by the way, this is poor officiating as well, because two technicals and you get tossed out of a game, right? Everyone knows that. Aliyah Boston was playing the rest of that game, and she had no idea that she got a technical on this play. She had no idea. The officials did not let her know that she got a technical foul.
I got the tech?
I didn't know that.
Oh,
Well, first of
no.
all,
I know.
let's
I'm
not
just.
make it. Let's not make it anything that it's not. It was just a good play on the basketball. I'm not sure what the refs saw to upgrade it, and that's up to their discretion after watching the initial whatever happened during the play and then whatever happened after. We watch a lot of basketball. It's a take foul to put them at the free throw line or rather give up 2 points. I've watched a lot of basketball in my life. That's exactly what it was. I wasn't trying to do anything malicious. That's not the type of player I am. So, yes, it wasn't anything like that. And I went for the ball, and that's clear as day in the replay. You watch it. It shouldn't have been upgraded, but again, that's up to the ref's discretion. But I appreciate AB having my back. I guess I don't even know what she did. I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, girl.
Have fun paying that fine.
Can I get half? Can you send me a
I got it for you.
Oh,
Don't
perfect.
worry.
I wonder
Real
if you
hefty.
could.
So, first of all, she had no idea that she got a technical foul for that. And she shouldn't have, by the way. After what happened, she's going in there. She didn't do anything malicious to AB. She didn't throw a punch. She didn't do it, she didn't shove her in the head or anything like that. She kept her from going after her teammate, which is something the officials should absolutely applaud, especially when it was their fault that it escalated to that anyway, because they failed to make the call on Angel Reese with the clear push in the back from Natasha Howard. For those who have not played, whether it's basketball or soccer or any sport where you can be in that position, a nudge, it doesn't take much of a nudge to the lower back, especially when a player is either in the air or they're about to jump, in order to really throw them off balance and give yourself a huge advantage. Okay, so a lot of people say, oh, that's not much contact. I get that on certain other plays, like when a player's going up for a layup and the defender goes straight up and they kind of go body to body, but they're both going up, and I get that. But on something like that, in the low back like that, on a jump, it doesn't take much at all to nudge them. And so if that is called, we don't get the rest of it. Kudos for Caitlin for walking away. You heard her mention that. I didn't even see what happened. And also, what really is crazy. And again, I'm sorry. I know everyone's like loves Ryan with his "you bet" on Caitlin's threes, and Rebecca Lobo has said a lot of nice things about Caitlin Clark. But them both coming out after, I think it was after commercial break, and like, oh, it's a flagrant. It's a flag. Come on now. Come on now, that's embarrassing. Rebecca Lobo, you played basketball. You know that's not a flagrant. You know that's a normal foul. Don't give me any of that nonsense. Um, but Caitlin Clark, and what's interesting, hey, let me know in the comments below. I'm not sure if do they have the same exact rule in the WNBA where criticizing officials is going to get you a big fine because Caitlin Clark, if they do have it, Caitlin Clark was really smart in how she worded that. Uh, because she was basically explaining to you what the play was and how that is a normal basketball foul, as opposed to saying, the referees suck. The referees missed an easy call right in front of them when Angel Reese, which by the way is how she gets a lot of those rebounds. Um, Angel Reese made a, I don't want to say dirty because it wasn't intent. It wasn't intent to injure. I mean, it's actually kind of savvy. To be fair, I mean, if you can get away with doing that, and again, being fair, right? If you can get away with doing that, you do it. I mean, that gives you an advantage in rebounding. Any player who makes that nudge and it doesn't get called, that they're going to do it again, and they're going to push that to the limit of if it's not getting called, I'm going to do it. So it's not a dirty play, okay? Let's understand. But it absolutely was a foul that the officials should have called. They're right there. They have an easy view. There's no crowd under the basket. It's AB and Natasha. So you can't miss it because you don't have a line of sight. And everything escalated from that non-call. Kudos to Caitlin to walk for walking away. I think AB did the right thing. Angel Reese's reaction, I covered it in another video though, so I'm not going to rehash it here. Also, shout out to Caitlin for getting the covering the fine for Aliyah Boston. By the way, there's another thing, and that's what I really like. Like that is a good sign to see with a team. With that talk about building, bonding and building team chemistry and team camaraderie and all of that. Because again, you all know I was hard on AB, especially on that Carter hit for not doing anything and just sort of slowly walking to help Caitlin Clark up. So I had to shout out here. She did just enough, and she shouldn't have gotten a technical for it. But if she does, she does, because that was smart to get that arm in there and get that space and kind of slow Angel Reese down. She doesn't have to get into her face and throw a punch or any of that nonsense. She did just enough to keep Angel Reese away from Caitlin Clark, and that's all that you need. So you get that finally from AB, and then you get Caitlin Clark say, "Hey, you did that for me. I'm going to cover your fine on the technical." That's a big deal, okay? For anyone who's been in a locker room, that is actually a big deal. As much as it seems like it might be a really small thing, it's not. It's a pretty big deal, but I'm going to leave it there. I appreciate y'all checking out this video. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. How AB handled it. I love her reaction. I mean, that again, it goes back to, hey, look, when she's not any player, when they're playing poorly or they're not doing something right, I'm going to be critical. It doesn't mean I dislike them. And AB is very, very likable, right? And that reaction makes her likable for people who watch it. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, appreciate you checking out this video so much. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I think we just creaked over 12,100, so we're still moving forward. Go have the day you deserve. I will talk to you later.